You're killing your soil without even realizing it if you're relying on synthetic fertilizers or just dumping compost on top and hoping for the best. Most gardeners don't see it, but overusing chemical feeds or ignoring microbial life destroys the very foundation your plants need. I've seen it countless times in backyard gardens, raised beds, and even hydroponic setups. Soil looks fine on the surface, plants get a little green, but growth stagnates, roots stay weak, and disease starts creeping in. If you want actual results, you need to focus on soil biology first. And before we get into it, if you're serious about growing high-yield, resilient food, hit subscribe now because we're diving deep into something almost no gardening guides tell you. The solution isn't more fertilizer, it's this liquid that rewires your soil's entire ecosystem. And this is something gardeners have been using for centuries, long before chemical companies existed. It's basically a fermented plant and microbial extract that floods your soil with beneficial organisms, enzymes, and organic acids. I call it an instant revival because I've applied it to tired, depleted beds, and within a week, root growth visibly picks up, soil structure improves, and water retention is noticeably better. And it works in every system: raised beds, container gardens, or hydroponics. The trick isn't guessing. It's about getting the ratios, timing, and soil contact right. Most gardeners pour it wrong or dilute it too much. Here's what actually works. From my experience, small backyard beds respond best when the liquid is applied at a rate of roughly 1 liter per square meter, diluted with at least 5 liters of water. That's concentrated enough to kickstart microbial activity, but not so strong that it stresses plants. In larger raised beds, I mix 1 gallon of the ferment per 10 gallons of water and pour it evenly across the surface, making sure the top 4 to 6 inches of soil get soaked. For hydroponics, I use a much lighter dilution, about 1 part liquid to 20 parts water, adding it directly to the nutrient reservoir. Even in this low concentration, beneficial microbes colonize the root zone and create a dynamic, self-sustaining environment. Why this works where fertilizers fail? Fertilizers give plants nutrients, but they don't restore soil life. Over time, heavy feeding kills beneficial fungi and bacteria, leaving your soil lifeless. This liquid does the opposite. It accelerates microbial diversity. When applied correctly, it encourages mycorrhizal fungi to spread along roots, improves nitrogen fixation, and mobilizes locked minerals. I've tested it side by side with conventional fertilization in identical raised beds, and the difference is clear. Plants in fertilized-only beds grow fast initially, but soil dries out and yields plateau. Beds treated with the fermented liquid keep producing month after month because the soil itself is actively feeding the plants. Timing and layering matter more than most gardeners realize. You can't just pour it on once a season. I apply it in cycles: the first application at the start of the growing season, a second application 3 weeks later, and a third at peak flowering or fruiting. For raised beds, I like to lightly rake it into the topsoil so it penetrates rather than just sitting on the surface. In hydroponic systems, I pulse it weekly to maintain microbial balance without overloading the system. I've found that consistent application, not overwatering, not overfeeding, is what really revives tired soil. You need to monitor your compost and soil activity for best results. I always pair this with a compost thermometer like the Riotemp 20-inch backyard compost thermometer. I use it to track decomposition in compost that goes into the garden and to understand the heat profile of soil amendments. Healthy microbial activity shows a steady, active temperature range between 110 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit in compost piles. If the pile is too cold, microbial life is slow; too hot, and beneficial organisms die. I've linked the product in the description. This isn't an ad I just throw in. I genuinely use it every season because it's the difference between guesswork and precision. Knowing exactly how your compost or ferment is performing lets you tweak application rates for maximum soil revival. Don't fall for the more is better trap. It's easy to over-apply, especially with something that smells and looks like it's alive. I've learned the hard way, too much, and you'll create anaerobic pockets that actually harm roots. You want even distribution and enough moisture to activate microbes, but no puddles or runoff. In backyard beds, that means pouring slowly and lightly, waiting a few hours, then watering gently if needed to move it into the soil. In hydroponics, it means testing microbial load and EC levels so your roots stay happy and oxygenated. I've used it on everything from tomatoes to leafy greens, peppers and strawberries, and honestly, the results are consistent. Tomatoes in my raised beds go from struggling to setting fruit heavily within about 2 weeks of the first application. Leafy greens like kale or spinach develop a deeper colour, more compact growth, and they actually resist those fungal spots that usually show up in humid conditions. Strawberries taste sweeter, and the plants spread faster, all without any chemical foliar feeds. Even hydroponic lettuce sees faster root development and improved crispness when this liquid is added weekly at the right dilution. You can make your own ferment, or if you prefer, buy a reliable product that's been tested in multiple systems. If convenience is your thing, the product I recommend and actually use is available through influencers and associates. The link is in the description. I use it not because it's popular, but because I've verified the results in real beds, containers, and hydroponic tanks. If you're committed to serious food production, you want something consistent, reliable, and backed by real-world testing. That said, I also still make my own batch from garden scraps and weeds. Both approaches work if done carefully. The biggest mistakes I see, even from experienced gardeners, are pretty common. Number 1. Thinking this replaces watering or general soil care. It doesn't. You still need proper irrigation, pH management, and mulching. Number 2. Impatience. Plants and soil don't respond instantly to every application. The liquid kickstarts microbial life, but soil still develops structure over weeks, roots extend, and yields improve over a full growing cycle. Number 3. Ignoring temperature and microbial monitoring. Without at least occasional checks, you're really just shooting blind. Using a compost thermometer or soil probe every week lets you understand how active your soil is and whether the application rate is right. If you integrate this correctly, the payoff is enormous. Soil that was compacted, grey and lifeless can become loose, crumbly and full of worms in a single season. Your plants grow stronger, resist pests naturally, and you reduce or even eliminate chemical inputs. That's real gardening power. I've seen raised beds revitalized in about 3 weeks, and hydroponic systems that stagnated suddenly produce vigorous roots and leafy growth. It's about tipping the balance back in favor of life in the soil. Before you start, remember this: consistency beats intensity. Don't dump gallons at once and expect miracles. Start small, measure carefully, monitor soil and compost activity, and repeat in cycles. Adjust for different crops and keep track of what works best in your own garden conditions. Over time, you'll have a self-sustaining system where soil is feeding your plants efficiently, and your reliance on chemical fertilizers pretty much disappears. If you found this approach helpful, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Farm Logic is all about actionable, tested, real-world gardening advice, not fluff. Share this video with friends or fellow gardeners who want to grow better food, and check the description for that product link from influencers and associates so you can try it yourself and see instant soil revival. I promise, once you get this working, you'll never look at dead soil the same way again.